Terence Crawford's knockout streak when it ended with the Majramal fight, a lot of people was expecting that to continue. And they feel like just because they haven't seen it live, that the guy's not really a knockout artist like that. And I think the things that factor into that is a lot of fans figuring out now that most fighters aren't knocking guys out like that. I said that recently, but they're starting to catch on now and realize, man, guys ain't knocking guys out like that, especially in certain fights. When you get to a certain level, everybody ain't knocking guys out like Terence Crawford. That's just not happening. And the way Berlanga's getting this clean shot off in this picture, I just want people to look at this because Crawford can get a punch off just like this. Because Canelo's not known for his defense. And he's going up against a knockout artist. The guys he's been fighting have been taking very bad losses, been getting stopped, and his back against the wall. And a lot of other fighters back against the wall, because if Canelo power is starting to regress or it's not there or whatever it is, that means these other fighters are in trouble as well. They don't have power like Canelo. And they definitely don't have power like Terence Crawford. Because he's the only person that's being talked about right now that has serious power. Serious power. Devastating power. He's the only guy. He didn't get a knockout in his last fight, but he's getting picked to beat Canelo. They say he lost his last fight, but he's getting picked to beat Canelo. Some kind of power he must have. They know what time it is, man. And I like this situation because Terence Crawford is going to prove that the greatness is given out and it's not earned these days. Because he's earning it and a lot of other people are receiving it without even earning it or fighting for it. They just got a title, a country, and then people are just rolling with it. So this fight really means a lot, just not because of what everybody else is looking at. It's because of the standards, the classism in boxing. It's like you got to be in a certain class to be considered great these days. And you got guys just showing up, surviving against people getting knocked out by 160s. And all of a sudden, they getting put on a pedestal. I think now Canelo was just used as a buffer. Because when you start seeing people criticize him the way they have recently, he hasn't even fought. They didn't criticize him after William Skull fight, but they criticized him after Berlanga fight. They use him as a buffer to just have an argument with certain great fighters in boxing. Because he really doesn't have a standard. I've noticed recently. I thought the way he boxed against Berlanga, it wasn't good. I didn't see Shiraz getting hit by Berlanga like this. And he's a 160. So I think Terence Crawford he'll be just fine. I'm pretty sure of that. People are starting to realize real power is not, we're talking about real power, not this synthetic stuff that people are taking these days that people said don't matter. We're talking about real power in boxing these days. Something you can't get from no Victor Cunning. You got to work hard for this in the gym. You got to have real skills. You got to be able to throw combinations. Now, if somebody's running around talking about you got a left hook and that's it, that's not real power. We're talking about power in both hands. Real power. Terence Crawford has that. A lot of guys' favorite fighters are lacking that in the sport of boxing. They lack the IQ the most. They lack the power. And then they lack the speed. Then a lot of people don't know how to put the combination together. They always say, oh, Terence Crawford get hit with crazy shots. He's stopping guys and getting them up out of there. Every time. And when he does it, like the last guy was hugging a lot and got a pass from that. I think I had to be the only person that said it after that fight. Man, that guy was holding a lot after that last fight. He's getting a pass like that? Absolutely, he's getting a pass. But people are starting to realize now Terence Crawford has power that other fighters don't have. They just want their favorite fighter now to go 12 rounds because they already know what time it is. Just like with Brian Norman. Man, ain't nobody knocking people out like Brian Norman. Now they getting scared when they see his power. Yeah, it's starting to get real sketchy out here. But yeah, no knockouts. You know what that means. When it comes to Terence Crawford, they know what it means. Because it don't even pertain to him. We talking about Canelo. Canelo has no knockouts recently. If you take away Caleb Plant Kovalev, he's not knocking nobody out. Crawford had one fight when he didn't get a knockout. People like, man, he didn't get knockouts. The narratives are starting to go away so bad, man. And it needs to. Because this is one of the worst ones in boxing. You got to see Berlanga to get stopped to realize, oh, Canelo ain't knocking people out like that. Then you got guys saying, oh, he ain't trying to knock guys out. We realized that in the Williams Score fight. But that's all I got, though. Like and subscribe.